Greg Abbott is expected in Allen, Texas tonight in the wake of yesterday's mall shooting, which left 8 people dead, 7 wounded. On Fox News earlier, he reiterated his belief that a, quote, mental health crisis in this country is the root cause of the epidemic of shootings.
Meanwhile, authorities have yet to release the names of any of the shooting victims. However, law enforcement sources tell our sister station WFAA that the suspect, who was also killed, has been identified as 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia. They say he was in the Army in 2008 and was, quote, removed due to mental health concerns.
We are learning more about how the shooting unfolded from witnesses as reaction continues to pour in. Mike Valerio is live in Allen, Texas this evening with the latest. Mike?
Well, Cheryl, Marcelino, good evening to you. We are learning from federal investigators close to this case that the gunman, apparently trained as a security guard years ago, had firearms training and also had right-wing and neo-Nazi postings online that he shared with others. But as we take you to the epicenter of the tragedy, just a few yards in our backdrop here, as the cars clear out, you can see dozens and dozens of friends and family crowding around crosses adorned with flowers, black bunting, the Texas flag right there, as they continue to mourn.
Shocking and terrifying moments when a gunman opened fire on unsuspecting shoppers at an outlet mall north of Dallas Saturday afternoon. The shooting sent families and workers running for their lives.
I then saw a little boy, about 4 or 5. I'm assuming it was a boy. It might have been a girl. I couldn't tell the sex. Crawl out from under one of the victims. I went around the planter and grabbed him and took him away from all the bodies. I went to the third person who moaned. I knew he was alive. I felt for a pulse. There was no pulse, so I did the first chest compression. He spit up blood, and then his eyes went fixed and dilated, and I knew I'd lost him.
According to investigators, the gunman was shot and killed by an Allen police officer who was at the mall on an unrelated call. They believe the shooter was acting alone.
We are resolute in our commitment to pray for, praying and believing for the victims and their families.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is again urging Congress to pass legislation banning assault weapons and enacting universal background checks. In a statement on Sunday, President Biden said, quote, too many families have empty chairs at their dinner tables. Republican members of Congress cannot continue to meet this epidemic with a shrug. Tweeted thoughts and prayers are not enough. The attack in Allen is one of at least 199 mass shootings in the United States so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive.
Back here live, there are 2 nexus points of healing at this hour. There's where we are, and then there's also about 5 minutes down the road at the Cottonwood Creek Baptist Church. Hundreds of people are crowding into those pews as the first step of how to try to process what happened. So Marcelino and Cheryl, you were mentioning at the top of the hour or the top of the show that we still don't know any of the victims' identities as released by law enforcement. Family members have come out on Facebook and released the identity of one so far. Christian LaCour looks like a young man in his 20s or 30s. A Facebook post showing that he was beloved and that he loved his family as well. So the hardest part, as you two all know so well, is processing the lives that these people left behind and just the circles of trauma that will emanate from the people we lost. But for now, that's live up here north in Allen, Texas. I'm Mike Valerio. I'll send it back to you.
Mike, thank you.